All right, I always like to start with something interesting, and it's the start of a new year. Yes, and it's that time when we all make those resolutions. Like we're going to lose weight, we're going to stop smoking, we're stop vaping, we're going to spend more time with the kids, we're going to get off our digital devices, we're going to get more exercise. Well, the reason why I bring this up is that you know Shopify, it's that e-commerce giant. Well, they put out a resolution and they say for now, 2023, they are banning meetings between their employees. That's right. No meetings. You know, those meetings that happen the same time every week, the recurring meetings. So here at Komando, we have a content meeting, every Tuesday at 9:30 a.m. And then we have our client editorial meeting every Tuesday at 10 a.m. Well, poof. All those recurring meetings were just like wiped off of everybody's calendar. Also, no meetings of any kind whatsoever are allowed on Wednesdays. That's right. So it's like Meatless Monday. It's now like no meetings on Wednesday. And by the way, speaking of meetings, if you ever want to call a family meeting, here's an insider secret that you can expect from us here at Kim Komando today. What you do is you just turn off the Wi-Fi router, and then you wait in the room where the router is located, and everybody will come like, "Oh my gosh, what's going on?" And you can say, "You know what? I just want to talk about chores. Okay, who's doing what?" And then we'll put the Wi-Fi router back on. Of course, this is Kim Komando Today, every Friday podcast. It's different than our Monday through Thursday podcast because on Friday, we like to have some fun. And we have some of the other folks from Komando.com joining us. And of course, we have Ali Seligman. That's right. She's our amazing content queen. Hello there, Ali. What do you have coming up for us?
I have some online dating safety tips and a quick way to clean up your tech life. Won't take very long.
And then we have, of course, our internet scout and our magnificent millennial, Matthew Heffel. Matt, what do you have?
I'll be talking about some streaming mistakes that are getting some people in some hot water, as well as a really handy iPhone tip that I wish I knew sooner.
We all need those.
Yeah.
All right. So, if you're a new listener, we're so glad that you're here with us. And if you are a regular listener, welcome back. And don't forget, we always welcome your comments and your feedback. And you can send that to podcasts@komando.com. All right. We like to start with the news. These are important tech developments to keep you in the know. And I'm going to start with, all those flights being delayed over the holidays, right?
Yeah.
Here are some fun facts. More than 3,000 U.S. flights were canceled. Southwest Airlines, 2,600 of all of them. Okay, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Okay, now the reason why I bring this up is on Thursday, the 20th of December, there's a gal by the name of Valerie Zabala, and she arrived in Washington, D.C. after transferring from a flight from Chicago, and then her United Airlines app came up and said, "You know what, we're terribly sorry, but your bag did not make the flight." Oh, womp, womp, right? So, but she was super smart. So she put an AirTag in the suitcase. And so now this is going viral because she is now showing the route that her suitcase has taken over the last 10 days. Okay. And so the suitcase has gone all over Washington, D.C., including a stop at the local McDonald's.
What? It was hungry.
So what is going on here? Well, as you know, if you ever lose your luggage and they want to deliver it to your house, they use the airlines use a third-party company to deliver the baggage to you. So people are going viral. They're saying, like, what's going on with the suitcase and why is it going all over? And they have all these conspiracy theories. No, it's just that the suitcase is being delivered to her house through all these multiple stops. And then there was a story, you're not going to believe this, about Carl Steven Schreibner. He's 63 years old. Carl was having a bad moment, and he thought that, the person he was involved with was having this affair. So he thought, Mr. Bright Brains thought it would be a great idea to place an AirTag on top of a spare tire in the victim's car, again, because he thought that she was having an affair. Okay. Well, the victim was alerted to the AirTag on her Apple iPhone, and then she saw that it was moving with her where she went. Then she said, you know what, I'm going to go to the police department, and we're just going to settle this once and for all. So she goes to the Betterdorf, Iowa Police Department, and she says to the policeman, you know what, I think I'm being tracked by an AirTag, and let me show you. Well, a few minutes later, Carl shows up at the police department and says, aha, I caught you.
Oh, no.
You are having an affair with somebody at the police station. And they both go their ways. And then a few days later, the victim, she has another AirTag. She's like following her around. Well, it was placed inside of a wallet, inside a plastic sandwich bag, sitting on top of the spare tire. That's AirTag number 2. So now she gets notified there's a third AirTag.
What?
Okay. So she takes the car to the mechanics where it gets lifted up, right? And Carl got more creative this time. The AirTag was located in the car's subframe near the front passenger tire, wrapped in plastic and inside a plastic case.
Wow.
Carl.
Nobody's ever
Gee,
find
man.
Woof.
So guess what happens? She takes it to the police station, the third AirTag, and she says, look, this is a real problem. Carl shows up
Carl.
at the police station, once again thinking that the woman's having an affair with the police officer. And yes, in case you're wondering, Carl was finally arrested for stalking.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Gosh.
Carl going back to the police station. Man, okay, something's missing here because, well, think about it. He probably bought a 4-pack and they only found 3.
Ooh.
So there's one absolutely missing. So it's not just Apple AirTags. You got to keep in mind there's Samsung trackers and Tile trackers. And if you are on Android, you're worried about an AirTag. We all have all kinds of information on the website about that at Komando.com, including that you should be using a brand new app called AirGuard on your Android in order to find those Apple AirTags. So Carl, Mr. Bright Brains criminal, once again. Thank you, Carl.
Yeah.
All right. So, Matt, you're up next looking for something to watch, right? What's going on with that?
Well, first of all, we all know streaming prices are going through the roof. I just did a little bit of math today. If you just want Netflix, HBO Max, and Peacock, right? Just those 3 minimum, that's over $50.
Ooh.
Just for those 3. That's insane.
Dang.
Well, people around the world are also thinking that same thing, and they're thinking, well, how can I watch the same thing I want to watch without having to pay for it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right. So they're going on Google and they're typing in, how do I stream Yellowstone? How do I stream NFL for free, right?
Yes.
And this is leading to big problems because hackers know you're doing this. And so they're creating fake websites that get high rankings with SEO on Google search. And then people are clicking it, getting malware downloaded onto their computer, and then it's ruining their entire computer. There was even one man that tried to download the recent Marvel movie, and an entire huge malware that was just cryptocurrency mining software was uploaded into his computer and was getting money for this hacker somewhere else, right? It was slowing down his PC, making it run hot, the whole 9, right? So what can you do if you're trying to avoid these? Well, number 1, it might be more expensive to try to find a free streamer in the long run because it's, number 1, illegal. Number 2, if you get hacked and they can get into your bank account, you're going to lose more money than the $12.99 Hulu costs in the first place.
Exactly.
So,
very, very good point.
Exactly. Yeah. And with the Super Bowl, the big game coming up and all the NFL playoffs, there's going to be a lot of people trying to get these games for free. Just don't do it. It's really not smart. You can put yourself in some serious risk.
You bring up a point, Matt, because I get this call on the show every once in a while, like every 3 to 4 weeks, it seems like, where somebody say, you know what, my brother-in-law, it's always somebody in the family.
Sure.
Okay, my sister-in-law, whoever it may be, that they told me that I could get this box and I could get every single thing for free. And the box is just a one-time cost of $200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
That's a bad thing. That's a bad thing. That was great stuff, Matt. Okay, Allie, you're up next. Looking for love?
Indeed. Okay, this is not the what the heck headline of the week, but I think it's a pretty good contender. Ready? I found my Tinder date on cops' most wanted list for a shocking crime. Ouch.
Was it Carl?
Probably was Carl. Carl will be next. Okay, a woman posted about this on TikTok. It's got like 3 million views. So she shows this guy's Tinder page and says, I thought he was pretty cute, was thinking about swiping right, looking through. And then she had that feeling of, I think I've seen this face before. Turned out she had seen his face. Her local police department every week posts their top most wanted list. And that's where she had seen his face.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Mitch was wanted on 2 counts of stalking, first-degree criminal contempt, criminal mischief, endangering a child, reckless driving, all this stuff. Long story short, a woman had a restraining order against him, and he broke the window of her house and then drove all crazy to get away. My favorite response to the TikTok, by the way, was he wasn't kidding that running is one of his interests. So this gal just happened to recognize the face, right? Because she followed her police department on Facebook. What can you do? Friendly reminder, if you are meet someone online and you plan to meet up with them in real life, do a reverse image search of their pictures just to make sure they don't pop up somewhere else under a different name, because that is a big red flag that they're using someone's picture, or you might see them on your local police site. And one more warning, if you meet someone online, maybe it's the new love of your life, and you're going to travel to meet them, be very careful. A guy from LA flew to Colombia to meet a woman that he met. They've been talking for about 3 months. So he flies to Colombia, he gets off the plane, all excited, they're going to spend the holidays together. Well, she's there with another woman. They mug him, steal his cell phone, and the $6,000 in cash that he had on him.
Oh, no.
His advice, before embarking on a journey to discover love on social media, have a good look at who you're talking to. My advice is to not travel with that much cash.
Yeah.
But seriously, though, like any requests for money from someone that you meet online, big red flag.
And during the holidays, so many people are lonely.
Oh,
and
yeah.
now, at the start of the new year, it's like, I am going to find the love of my life right now. Okay. Why don't you try, I know you can always do it online, but you might want to try asking friends, for references, referrals, or go to church, temple, synagogue, whatever it is, hang out at the police station.
There you go.
Oh, man. Hey, speaking of scams, I don't know if you heard about this, that the man who invented spreadable margin, that spreadable margin stuff, he got scammed out of every penny that he made out of it. That's right. I mean, I can't believe he's not bitter. Oh, that one hurt. That one hurt.
New Year, same you.
Up here. Yes, coming up here on Kim Komando today, how to edit PDFs the easy and fun way on your phone. Also, what the internet is talking about. And here's a hint. It has to do with the show Family Guy. That's right, Family Guy. You can all see that cartoon in your head right now. And, of course, a weird way to make money. That's a new segment here on the Friday edition of Kim Komando today. And then later on, Allie, are you doing the joke, or Matt, are you doing the joke?
I got jokes, plural.
Ooh,
jokes.
Got jokes.
Okay.
Yeah.
1 to 10. Do we have a scale?
They are dad jokes, but the level is probably going to be about a 5, 6, I think.
Okay. All right, we're shooting low.
Hey.
We're shooting low. Doesn't matter. You're still going to last, so stay right where you are here with Kim Komando today. Hey, welcome back to Friday's edition of Kim Komando today. It's a little bit different than Monday through Friday. And here's the deal, is that we want you to have more tech know-how, more tech smarts. And you can get us delivered free, well, not us, I'm talking about our email newsletters, delivered into your inbox every single morning. So from us to you, you can get Apple tips, Android, Windows. All you have to do is go to komando.com/subscribe. Once again, that's komando.com/subscribe. And all the newsletters are free, by the way. We're not going to sell, lease, distribute your email address to anybody, because we are not those spammers. We're not. So again, sign up for our free newsletters over at komando.com/subscribe. All right. This is part of the podcast where we like to share some insider secrets and tips, things that you may not have known about because you've never read. Well, there are no more manuals that come with anything tech. Not that you did in the beginning. But, Matt already talked about subscriptions. And, from Netflix to Amazon Prime, we all have these in-app purchases. And you may not be realizing how much you're spending every single month on all these different subscriptions, because it's like 50 cents here, $2 here, $5 there. It just starts adding up. Well, people underestimate their subscriptions, get this, by an average of $130 a month.
Oh,
Whoa.
What? Yes. Okay. So if you haven't looked at all your subscriptions lately, now's a good time. Go into Google Play or iPhone subscription management tool, and you're on Google, you go to your Android device, and then select the ones that you want to cancel. On iPhone, you go to Settings, tap your picture. We have the steps over the website, and just cancel any that you aren't using. Now, I want you to be sure that you take a magnifying glass to some of those names, because, all right, I fell for it. I was on Instagram, and it looked like a really good app, and it was called, for intermittent fasting. Yes. Okay. Facepalm. I thought, well, this is something that I should try. I mean, everybody's doing intermittent fasting. It's supposed to be really good for you. So I get the app, and it was like $30.
Oof.
And I'm like, I know, I had a couple of glasses of wine, and I was on Instagram. Okay. I admit to drinking and apping. Okay. So after like a week or so, I'm like, this is just stupid. Because all it says is like, you can eat now. And I'm
Yeah.
like, my stomach will tell me when to eat. Right. So I go to cancel it. And instead of it saying intermittent fasting, it said Prime delivery.
That
Yeah.
is so tricky.
Itchy.
Yeah. So if you're just looking at it, you're thinking like,
I hoped you
well,
reported that.
Yeah.
I did, as a
Good.
matter of fact, Miss Seligman, because I was like, nobody's going to get ripped off out of my time. Okay. But speaking of streaming services, what is Megatron's least favorite streaming service? The least favorite from Megatron. Anybody? Amazon Prime. Okay, Matt, share this know-how that will make a difference in our lives and make our thighs thinner.
This is a quick one, but it's really, really handy, especially with tax season coming up. Everybody's getting their W-2s and getting all that stuff put together. And so you're having a lot of PDFs that maybe you have to fill out, and it's really annoying. You have to get it to your computer, open it up in an expensive Adobe program or what have you to fill it out. Well, you can actually do that all on your iPhone for free, and it's already built in, and it's really, really easy to do. So here's the steps. First, you got to get a PDF on your phone. To do that, you send it to yourself in an email. And then when you click save, make sure you click save to files. That's a separate folder. So then to find your files, you just go into your search bar, type in files, it'll pop up. It'll show all the PDFs you've ever downloaded onto your phone. And then you click on one of them. In the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see a little circle that has a marker coming into it. So it's a little circle at the bottom with a marker coming into it. You click that, and then it will pull up a whole editing menu. But to fill it out, at the top, there's a little box with 3 dots in it. You click it, and it automatically recognizes all the fillable sections on that PDF and where you can sign. And then you can just fill it out right there on your phone. You don't have to track it over to your computer. You don't have to do any of that. All these steps are going to be over on Komando.com. Make sure you go check it out. It's going to be really helpful around this time of year.
Or worse, you print it out, you fill it out,
rescan it,
scan it. Okay. That happened in our house the other day, and I was like, "What are you doing?" Because he's like, "Well, you need to sign it too." I'm like, "Isn't this sign?" Well, okay, we're not even going to go there.
Yeah.
But,
Better way.
you know, which program does a Jedi use to open PDF files? Which program does a Jedi use? You ready? Adobe Wan Kenobi.
Oh, I didn't see that one coming.
I was lightsaber.
Yeah, force something.
Okay, so Allie, you are going to make us you are now the cleaning goddess. Is that it?
Yes, that's me. Okay, I think let's all be honest. It's January. We all want to pretend like we have so much gumption to do so much. I know that you're tired. You're getting back to work. You're getting back in the swing of things. You don't have time for, this 20-point list to do a million things. This is my quick little way to feel a little bit better when you open up your computer for the day. Go clean your desktop. If you're like me, you save your files, you save screenshots, all kinds of junk there. It takes a few minutes and you will feel so much less encumbered, stressed when you open or turn on your computer. And then another little reminder, if you work on a desktop that has a monitor or monitors, when's the last time you dusted those? It's probably been a while.
Yikes. Yes.
I did mine recently and it was rough. So go dust your monitors. That'll help you feel better too.
Yeah.
And you know what? And then it does. It makes you feel like, I accomplished something.
I've done it.
I can do
Yes.
this. I can do this. It's kind of like cleaning out that photo library when you're watching a stupid Netflix series or something like that. You're like, I can do this. I can do this. Hey, listen, if you love quick tips like this and you want more tech know-how, make sure that you subscribe to our podcast, The Daily Tech Updates. You can get them wherever you get your podcasts. Just search for Komando with a K. Every single day, you get one 60-second news story and one 60-second life tip that you're just going to use time and time again. That's the Daily Tech Updates. You can find that podcast wherever you get your podcast. All right, coming up, we have What the Heck headline of the week with Allie. Matt has What the Internet is buzzing about, and I have a weird way, a strange way where you can make some money here in the new year here on Kim Komando Today. Hey, welcome back. It's Kim Komando Today. What could you do with a $500 gift card? What would you spend $500 on? What, Matt, if I just gave you $500, what would you do?
Oh, on the spot. I would probably save it and maybe spend some. I'd probably go crazy on Amazon for a while. Let's be honest. That's probably what would happen.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Allie?
I think I'd buy some new linen sheets.
Ooh.
Oh,
Good
yeah,
answer.
that's nice. Okay, okay, both of you are not eligible to win. Okay, just telling you right now. Sorry to take you down that path. But you cannot enter to win a $500 gift card at komando.com/win. But all of our other listeners can. That's right. So just head over to komando.com/win. And by the way, there are extra ways for you to get additional entries by doing things like subscribing to a podcast or getting a newsletter or liking us on Twitter or Instagram or something like that. So again, enter, do it right now while you're thinking about it. Unless you're driving, of course, wait till you get home. Komando.com/win. That's KOMANDO.com/win. All right. So Allie, you have the what the heck headline of the week. What happened?
I do. Okay, you ready for this? This is one of those stories that's going to make you mad to start. Okay. Ransomware gang apologizes, gives sick kids hospital free decryptor. Okay.
Okay.
So the Lockbit ransomware gang released a free decryptor for the Hospital for Sick Children after one of its members attacked the organization. This is a teaching and research hospital in Toronto, and as the name implies, they mostly treat sick children. On December 18th, a hacker broke into their systems, only encrypted a few things, but it was enough to delay test results, make patients have to wait a really long time. Again, we're talking about sick little kids here.
6 kids. Yeah. That's awful.
And if you've never heard the name Lockbit, this is so fascinating to me. They essentially sell ransomware as a service. So they maintain the encryptors, and then their members, who they call affiliates, get to rent this stuff and use it. They're the ones that go out, they breach networks, they steal the data, they encrypt things. And then Lockbit gets 20%, and these affiliates get the rest of the money. It's crazy. They have at least 1,000 victims in the U.S. They've brought in tens of millions of dollars in ransom money. But when you're that big, it's not just the Wild West, right? They have rules. And the person who did this actually broke one of the rules. So 2 days after the attack, Lockbit said, "We formally apologize and give the decryptor back for free. The partner who attacked the hospital violated our rules. They're blocked and no longer part of our affiliate program." So turns out they allow affiliates to encrypt pharmaceutical companies, dentists, and plastic surgeons, but they forbid encrypting medical institutions where an attack could lead to death. How nice of them.
Great. So they have ethics. Isn't that nice?
Look at them go.
But it's fascinating to me, this whole affiliate program. It's like us having an Amazon affiliate program.
Crazy, right?
We put together a list, or some other site does Amazon. And so now you can just sign up and say, "Oh yeah, I'd like to be an affiliate program. Would that be okay?"
Nuts. I know.
Yeah.
Well, it's just good news that they have, as I said, a little bit of ethics. Maybe, I'm not sure.
A little bit.
All right. So, Matt, what's going on the internet? What's buzzing? What's everybody talking about?
All right. I know you already gave it away, Kim, but we're going to play a little game. We're going to play Name That Show. Okay. What show premiered back on January 31st, 1999, just following the Super Bowl, was canceled, had incredible DVD sales, and was re-brought back for a long time, still running to this day? Can anybody guess what it is?
I'm not sure. The Jeffersons?
It is the Jeffersons. No, it's Family Guy, of course. It's everyone's favorite New England Family Guy, right? This is a really old show. It doesn't seem as old as it actually is, but again, 1999 is when this show first came out. Now, it is still running, but over the last 6-7 years, even more, the show has slowly dwindled in terms of people watching. They still have a really loyal fan base, and a lot of people still watch, but it hasn't been as popular as, let's say, it once was. That is, until it went viral in a strange way online. So, there's these things called ADHD videos. And basically what that is it's 2 different videos playing one on top of the other at the same time on TikTok. And the first time that we saw these, they were Family Guy clips with random people playing apps on the bottom screen. So they would both be playing at the same time. That's why they're called the ADHD videos, because you just can't pay attention to both of them, right?
Okay, TikTok.
Right. So there are thousands of users, like just random users on TikTok that post these videos and post hundreds of them. So you could basically watch every episode in little tiny clips of Family Guy that's been on for 23 years, right? And now this has introduced it to a whole new group of people, because Gen Z, they were born in between the year 1995 and early 2000s. It's still kind of debated, but early 2000s. That means that when this show premiered, these were but little children or not even born yet. So they never really got to be alive during the hype of Family Guy, of everybody watching Family Guy. So now they're getting introduced to these through these ADHD videos, and they've gotten really weird. So they used to just be, so a little clip from a funny scene in Family Guy and someone playing an app on the bottom. Now it went from that to now there's a little clip of Family Guy, and there is a man taking a potato, putting it into like an exhaust pipe of a car or something like that, and then cutting it off and putting shellac over the top of it, and then using an angle grinder on it. Why? I don't know. I don't have all the answers, but that is what is going viral right now on TikTok. So if you know any Gen Zs and you want to sound like you know what's going on TikTok, you can go, oh, have you seen the Facebook pipeline videos? And they'll know what you're talking about because they get millions of views on these random clips from Family Guy and people putting potatoes in pipes. It's strange.
So is it Facebook, you said?
No, it's TikTok.
No. But you just said to ask them about the Facebook pipeline.
Oh, Family Guy pipeline.
Family Guy.
Family Guy pipeline videos. And that's what they're trending on TikTok.
Okay, because I was thinking, I was going to ask Ian about it, but if I said like Facebook, if I say anything about Facebook, you're like, oh, Mom, only
Facebook.
Old people are on Facebook.
If you know anybody that just has a Gen Z person who's on TikTok, I guarantee you they see tens of hundreds of these a day. It's constant.
I'll tell you what's really interesting. So I asked Ian the other day, just being on TikTok, I said, so what are you doing for New Year's Eve? And he said, well, a bunch of us are, a bunch of guys are, we're thinking about trying to get a place to go eat in LA. And I said, yeah, well, it's going to be pretty hard. I mean, this late in the game. This is like maybe New Year's Eve in the morning. Yeah. And he goes, no. He said, we're bringing Jordan with us. And I'm like, Jordan? I never heard of a Jordan. He's like, oh, she has 10 million followers on TikTok. And he said, and so all we have to do is call the restaurant.
Oh
man.
My gosh.
Yeah, and they did. You can tell me they got like a free bottle of champagne and free appetizers, and she was doing videos from the restaurant.
Oh man!
I guess
need to invite Jordan over.
Yeah,
Jordan needs to be here. Exactly. Yeah. Hey, speaking of social media, we don't have 10 million followers. So what are you doing there? Are you just following us? You're not following us. You're just ghosting us on social media. Twitter.com/KimKomando, Facebook.com/KimKomando. TikTok.com. Well, we're working on the TikTok channel right now. And Instagram.com/KimKomando. So make sure that you follow us and you stop ghosting us already. All right, coming up in just a few minutes, some weird ways to make some money. And then later on, Matt has our joke at the end. He promises us, well, a few lame laughs. So stay right where you are. Hey, welcome back to Kim Komando today. It's our Friday edition where it's a little bit different than Monday through Friday because Allie and Matt are here with us. And if you ever thinking about making money, the worst thing you can do is go onto Google and say, make money, okay? Because that's just not going to happen. So over at Komando.com, we've been spending a lot of time adding some additional money tips. As a matter of fact, they're now in the National Kim Komando show. Every week we do a money tip. And if you are looking for some legitimate job opportunities, just head over to our website and you want to search legitimate online jobs, and a whole slew of them will pop up. Anything from being an online tutor to being a virtual assistant. You can also rate people on search engines. You could do tasks like, fix bicycles or deliver laundry or anything like that. And so here's another way that you can make some money. And Allie, I know that you have Nova.
Yeah.
Matt, do you have a pet?
I have two. I have a Chiweenie and a pug.
Okay, and so you have two, and I, of course, have Abby, the golden retriever. How much money have you made off of your dogs? Anybody?
Negative, a lot.
Negative, a lot of money, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not making any money with Abby either. But, Taylor Swift has a cat, and the cat's name is Olivia. And Olivia makes a post every morning at 6:30. And says that Olivia's hungry, even though she knows that Taylor won't feed her until 8 a.m. So the white Scottish fold is the second richest cat, Olivia. Olivia's worth $97 million. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh.
Nayla cat. Maybe we need cats. $100 million. $100 million. But there's also Gunther the Sixth, is a German Shepherd.
Okay.
He's the top dog, and they say that Gunther is worth, are you ready? $500 million.
What? Why?
Oh,
Because of their social media followings and the posts and everything that they get.
That's incredible.
Olivia, Taylor Swift's cat, has appeared in commercials for Diet Coke. So Olivia got paid for that. Humans, pets, they attend fan conventions. They do meet and greets with these animals. Do you remember the grumpy cat?
yeah.
Died.
Yeah.
Sorry. But it's estimated that she brought in $100 million in merchandise and appearances.
Man.
Yes, I know. Now, every time I look at Abby and she's eating like Dr. Marty's pet food, I'm like, you know what? Time for you to like pay up.
You need to earn your keep, girl.
Time for you to
Rent's
do
due
it.
on the 1st.
Okay, yes. This is all coming from the hustle. Lonnie Edwards, the founder of the dog agency, told Vox that pets with 100,000 followers, okay, can earn a few $100 a post. But those, if you have millions of followers, you can get maybe $15,000 per post. I'm talking about your dog or your cat.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. $15,000 a post. So if you did one a day, we can all do the math. Although it might be too high level for any of us to do in our head. But to just keep in mind, you're probably looking about $500,000 a month just
Oh my gosh.
in dog posts and cat posts. We've talked about it here on Kim Komando today about how these influencers are actually cloning their animals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that when the influencer pet passes away, because they have a shorter lifespan than all of us, is that they can continue and keep going on. And to clone your pet, it's about $50,000 for you to clone your pet.
Worth
So,
it if they're
one
making
month, yeah.
15,000 a post.
so I think we need to figure out how to make some money with our fur babies, don't
Hey,
you think?
I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's my question. If, let's say, eventually Gunther will pass, if they clone Gunther, do they call the new one Gunther too?
Well, this is Gunther the Sixth, so I'm thinking that there will probably be a Gunther the Seventh.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so once again, what was Gunther worth? Oh, $500 million. A German Shepherd.
There's going to be
worth
like Gunther the 50th.
Mm-hmm.
There. So it's crazy. Hey, have you heard, speaking of influence, have you heard of Cardi B's sister? She's a fitness influencer. That's right. Her name is not Cardi B, it's Cardio. Sorry about that.
That's pretty good.
Okay, Matt, so tell us your greatest jokes.
You know,
With an even better chain of jokes, I can hope and pray, yes?
these are very specifically New Year's dad jokes. I know we're a little bit past it, but you know, you never can have too many dad jokes in your pocket. And using them after New Year's, you'll even get more laughs, I promise.
Or eye
Groans.
rolls.
Yeah. All right. Where do herbs celebrate New Year's? Times Square.
Oh.
Okay. Why should you have your left foot in the air when New Year's hits? So you could always start out on the right one. I know that was a bad one. All
That
right.
was a bad one.
Why was 2022 such a blur? The resolution was too low. Okay, I got two more. I promise. We're almost done. All right. What did the bull say on January 1st? Happy New Steer. Oh, that's a good one. Okay. Celebrating New Year's has many pros. So what's the biggest con? Confetti.
Okay.
Terrible.
You know what, Matt? I love you, and I'd like to be able to say that one of them was good.
You know, I think the herbs one was the best one. I wanted to start
Yes.
out with the best one. That's a good one. You'll use that one.
I think that was good. Times Square. I think that's awesome. All right. So this is like we're at the end. We like to say some parting words, some to-do lists. So Allie, what's your to-do list from today's Kim Komando today?
I'm running back my tip. Go clean your desktop. Seriously, if you open your computer and you're like, oh, it's a mess here, you'll feel better. It'll only take a few minutes. Put the files that you want to save where they need to go. Most of it, I assure you, will be trash. All those screenshots, throw them away.
Yeah, you don't need to keep those.
No.
You know, it's time to purge. How about you, Matt?
Stop buying all that expensive PDF editing stuff just for taxes. You don't need to use that. You got it on your phone already. It's really easy to use. Try it out.
And I think everybody should look at their subscriptions.
Yeah.
Every single person, just go in and find the ones, and then look at some of your family members too. Guilty of that. They don't even realize it. You just go ahead and you remove it. And then about 6 months later, I hear, oh, damn it, Kevin, you can't Paramount Plus. I'm like, yeah, like 6 months ago, dude. Yeah, where were you? All right. Hey, and I also have another to do. I want you to tell 3 people about our podcast. Just 3 people. That's all. Just 3 people. Tell them all about the podcast, how they can get it, how much they're going to love it, how much you're going to know. Be so sweet. And be sure to send us your thoughts and comments to podcasts@komando.com. And once again, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time.